We're here with Jason Redman, former Navy SEAL, founder of Wounded Wear, and author of a recent book called The Trident. Jason, it's great to have you with us.
Honored to be here.
We'd love to hear about Wounded Wear and what your mission is and a little bit about the company.
Wounded Wear I started with my wife in 2009, and the idea was we wanted to raise awareness of the sacrifice that our warriors and families of the fallen are making for this country. It started with t-shirts that we were providing to wounded warriors through the clothing modifications. It's now grown into entire clothing kits for wounded warriors.
Joined the Navy at a really young age. What led you to join the Navy?
I came from a military family, and when I was about 14, my dad told me about the SEAL teams and started doing a little bit of research, whatever I could find, and about the age of 15, I said that's what I want to do.
You had a long career as a Navy SEAL, went to a lot of places, saw a lot of combat. You also sustained very serious injuries in the line of duty. Can you tell us about the injury that you sustained?
September of 2007 was going after a very high-level target in the Anbar province of Iraq, and walked into a very well-executed ambush, myself and my team. And I took 2 rounds in the left elbow, and then a couple minutes later I actually took a round to my face. Lost my nose, shattered my jaw, lost my cheekbone, just a lot of devastating injury to the right side of my face. And that really started a whole new journey. It really made me have to come to grips with who I was and accept the fact over time that I was never going to operate again.
You hung a sign up by your bed. Tell us about that sign and what it meant to people who were seeing it.
There was a little bit of pity for what had happened to me, and I just said, hey, nobody's going to come into my room feeling sorry for me. Nobody's going to come into my room crying because of the injuries that I've sustained. And I wrote that sign out on a piece of paper. It said, if you were coming into this room with sadness or sorrow, don't bother. The wounds that I received, I got in a job that I love, doing it for people I love, defending the freedom of a country I deeply love. The room you're about to enter is a room of optimism, fun, and intense rapid regrowth. I will make a full recovery. I'll do that through sheer mental tenacity and the will to overcome. If you're not prepared for all that, go elsewhere. And we signed it to management, and we hung it on the door. And a couple days later, a buddy stuck his trident in it, and somebody took a picture and it went viral. Both wounded warriors and people all across the country started to write and say, thanks, I can't tell you what that sign meant to me. I was going through something, and it made me reevaluate where I'm at.
You're in a pretty rough spot, recovering from a very serious injury, and you decide to harness that into a vision for a new business. Can you tell us a little bit more about the genesis of Wounded Wear?
Wounded Wear was born out of anger. I looked pretty rough in the beginning with my mangled face, and a lot of people would stare. You know, those who had the courage to ask me, what happened? Were you in a car accident? Were you in a motorcycle accident? And virtually never did anybody say, hey, you know, were you wounded in battle? And that bothered me. We'd been at war for 6 years at that point, and I thought, wow, does the average American that I fought for recognize the sacrifice that I've made and that other Americans have made? So one night I got home, I was just angry after getting back from the airport, and I went online and I made t-shirts that said, stop staring, I got shot by a machine gun, it would have killed you. And just say thank you for your freedom.
Yeah.
And there were shirts along those lines, and I put American flag on the back and called it Wounded Wear.
Tell us about the last Jumping for a Purpose event.
The question in my mind when I got the call was, okay, are you going to have a nerve enough to jump out of an airplane?
We take the warriors and we take the families of the fallen, and they go through their jump training, and then they jump. It's an extreme thing to throw yourself out of a perfectly good airplane. And some people are terrified of it. Some of the warriors are like, I don't know if I can do this. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's about moving forward. It's about conquering that fear, and it's about taking that step back into life.
How big can this get? What's your ultimate vision for Wounded Wear?
So we don't want to reinvent the wheel. We don't want to try and do what somebody else is already out there doing well. But what we do want to do is partner with them. We want to work with them. And as we bring a warrior in, and now he's to the phase that he's like, you know, I want to go out there and become a lawyer. I want to become a mechanic. I want to do this. I want to do that. We can connect him to programs that are going to help him do that.
Jason, thanks so much for being with us. It's a
Absolutely.
real pleasure.
It's an honor. Thank you.